Slamfire Radio, episode 247.
I don't know if it got that first little bit. Try it again.
All right.
One more time.
Try it again. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Slamfire Radio for episode 247. It is March 8th, 2018. That's right. It is 3:08. Adriel, you got anything that's 3:08?
Well, this is 30 caliber, so okay. Yeah. That's 3:08.
All right. I'm one of your hosts, Kelly Lynn.
I'm Adriel Michaud.
And that's it. So Trevor and Brian are not joining us this evening. They have, they have other things to do, right?
Prior commitments, soirees.
Yeah.
To attend.
Yeah.
Balls.
Work. Actually, I think Brian's got dad duty again. I don't know. Okay. So why don't we get right into it? Because I know that there's a few people that would like to hear about what we're doing in guns. But actually, what we did in guns this week is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center, Canada's premier firearms retailer. What we're going to feature today is the custom 1022s. They have some leftover tack hammer barrels, and so they decided to put together some complete rifles. What they did is they took a Ruger 1022, takedown rifle for $519. They added a Magpul backpacker stock, and so they're going to put it in your choice of flat dark earth or black or gray, and that's $149. And then they're going to add the AT tack hammer 9-inch barrel, which means it's a real little shorty one, for $289. The total value of the package is $957, but the package itself is going to be $799. So that's awesome, and these are really cute. They're really small. So, anyways.
Really cute guns. And they're small. They're compact.
Right.
Ready for action.
And the fact that me doing it, I picked the Ruger 1022.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Okay.
All right. So, what we did in guns this week. Adriel, why don't you start?
All right. Okay. So, I want to start off with this 7.62x39. So, I was kind of interested. Lever Arms had the 7.62x54 and by the 39. I've got too much 7.62x39, but I know someone who's looking for some. So I said, hey, I ordered some, and I got 1,500 rounds in. I could put a video of that cracking open the crate on my YouTube channel, and I did a nail test. I actually did 2 nail tests. The first one I did was on some nails that they were kind of old and corroded, so I kind of dusted them off and tried again, but they were old and corroded and galvanized, so they don't rust very fast. They're rusting, but just not very fast. So I went out and got some nails in the bright, which basically means there's no finish on them, and they'll rust a little bit faster, right? So because you should be able to see a little bit of flash rusting on a corrosive primed case on the nail within a day. Right. I literally did these just yesterday, and I'm already seeing results. So, without further ado, that's my crappy drum roll. There we go. That's better. Yeah. Why don't we do the 2 that we knew were corrosive first? So the first one is some.
Why don't you lift it up a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'll bring it up to the camera, and hopefully it'll.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Okay. So you might not be able to see this one, but I can see it. This one's starting to get orange, and this is my test 7.62x54. This one is from 1971, so you would expect this one to be corrosive, and I can definitely see like an orange sheen to it, and that's the precursor to starting to rust. It's starting to flash rust now. The next one I have here is some 7.62x39, and this is from 1973. And oh man, it's still. You know what? I'll take some photos of this and I'll pop it on our on slamfire.com and on the Facebook page, because this one's definitely orange. This one's definitely getting some flash rust on it. So those 2 we knew were going to be rusty. They're from the 70s. Back then they used corrosive primers. Right. Now this guy here is one of the Lever Arms, and this one is from 2002. So this is quite a bit newer. It's got like a different primer. So whereas these ones have like a lacquered sealant on them, a red seal, these have no seal on them. So it looks a little bit different there. The bullets were also a little bit different pulling them out. And this guy does not have any corrosion on it. No rust whatsoever. It's just black and sooty from the primer, and that's it. And just for some of our listeners, these rounds, it's the primer that's corrosive, not the powder or anything else. It's just the primer. So you can really test these things just by pulling the bullet and the primer out. So 762 by 54, at least these ones, not corrosive. 762 by 39, also not corrosive.
Not so corrosive. Okay.
Yeah, non-corrosive. So at least these ones were non-corrosive and as advertised. Now, for everyone out there, like before shooting this in your $2,000 rifle or whatever you got that you're shooting these in, or your $200 SKS even, I would recommend doing one of these nail tests. They're very easy. Just make sure you get galvanized nails, scour them a little bit with a pad to remove the bullet off of these cases. You know what? I'll do a quick little video and upload it to my channel on how to do one of these tests, because they're very quick to do and you get your results in like a day. So you'll know whether your ammo is corrosively primed or not. And that's nice to know, right?
What are you using for liquid? Anything?
For liquid?
Yep. Are you using a liquid at all, or are you just letting them sit there?
I just let them sit. Now, I did get a humidifier going and then room over just to get a little bit more humidity. In Alberta, it's real dry here in the winter time, so they may not rust very quickly. So I just got a humidifier going in the next room just to get it a little bit more humid in here, just so it could possibly rust. But I'm going to leave these things out, and I'm going to take another picture of them after a week, and that's when they should start getting like real nasty and cruddy and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So, long story short, non-corrosive. Let's see. I hit the range on Saturday with a whole bunch of stuff, and I learned a whole bunch, which is really good, because sometimes I go out to the range and I take guns that I've been messing around with, and I learn whether those mods worked or not. I took out the Ruger GP100. I shot some 38 special. I had these little tiny little loads for them, and they work great. They're super low recoil. They all went bang, and they're kind of fun. They kind of went all the way into the case. Those worked great. I took out the 45 ACP. I've got this SAM 1911. And the swinging link was like where the swinging link was like kind of battering on the barrel. So I shot that quite a bit just to see if it would batter anymore, and it looks like it stopped. So it might have been just something that, a part was out of alignment just when it was, just from the factory. So that's actually smoothed out quite a bit and is quite a bit nicer now.
Okay. So how many rounds did you put through it to?
I put 50 rounds through that 50? One.
Okay.
Yeah. I should see some battering in there if that's what it would have cost it. But check that out. I took out my Glock 34 with some new ammo. I had some Dominion primed stuff, which should use like a harder primer, and it ran flawlessly. I ran 100 rounds through it. Oh, I love that. I love that gun now. The trigger is so nice on it. With the fiber optic front sight. Actually, that's one thing I forgot to mention. I changed out the fiber optic front sight on that one. Yeah, that's really easy. Oh man, I did not realize it. I went on YouTube and I checked it out, and the video made it seem like it's a little bit involved, and it is not. It's super easy. Yeah, you just get a little chunk of fiber optic and pop it in there, cut it, kind of get some heat close to it so it mushrooms, and boom, you're done. Yeah, maybe I should do a video on that one, because it should be like a minute. It should be like boom, 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 done kind of a thing, rather than a whole. How on YouTube they like to really like draw things out and make like a 1 minute video into a 5 or a 10-minute video. Maybe I should. This do one
is like fiber optic. 10 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I could probably get it down to 10 seconds very easily. I took out the Nork NP29. Again, this is a good thing that I took it out instead of just going straight to a competition with it. It's hitting about 3 feet high at 50 yards.
Oh, okay.
And again, that's because Trevor put the sights on. He didn't sight it in or anything like that. Yeah. So that rear sight is adjustable, and it needs to be adjusted. I didn't have like a. Oh man, I don't know why they do this. They use the tiniest flathead screw on the adjustment on that thing instead of an Allen key, something that everyone takes out to the range. Like, why did they put an Allen key on this stupid thing instead of this tiny little flathead? Yeah. So I didn't get to adjust it when I was out at the range and actually sight the stupid thing in, because I didn't bring my tiny flat gunsmith screwdriver bits, which, anyways.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing about shooting that pistol was that the trigger wouldn't reset. It was dragging a bit on the edges. And in the cold, it was locking to the rear, and the trigger return spring just wasn't enough to push it forward. So I would have to like pull the trigger forward and then pull it again. So I got that back home, gave it a little bit of love, and now it's
Have
in
you
there.
shot it since then, though? You said
No.
No,
No, because that was just on Saturday, and we're on Thursday now, and I can't really get out to the range during the week.
No. Trevor said that he didn't really like the trigger when he
Oh no, it's great. He's just like underselling, underpromising because the trigger's fantastic.
All right.
Yeah. I tried out my AR-15 with some new ammo, the American Eagle Independence ammo. This stuff's done to XM 193 specs, so it's a little bit hotter than a lot of 223 ammo because it's 5.56 spec, so it's a little bit speedier. And I was shooting that stuff out to 500, and it's fantastic. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Oh yeah, shooting 500 meters with like a 1:6 scope on an AR and just smacking it time and time and time again. Oh, super confidence inspiring. And I can't wait to shoot 3-gun now and shoot long range. Shooting 200 and 300 yards was like, yeah, I got that, no problem.
So now 500.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna put 500. Well, maybe, I don't know. Okay. 500 yards is a long shot for 3-gun. And I don't know how that would affect our stage times because there's some guys who maybe haven't sighted in their rifle that well. So a 200 or 300 yard shot is going to be challenging all by itself. And keep in mind, this is also rested on bags, like offhand or prone or kneeling or something like that might be a different story.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I didn't even write it down. My AR-15, the trigger, I had it miscalibrated and the sear wasn't resetting on it. So I needed to adjust that. And as soon as I got home, I adjusted it and it's good to go again as well. So again, good things to work out given that our first matches for 3-gun are in March. They're coming up close. Need to have everything ironed out and ready to rock and roll. Sorry, you're going to ask something?
I was going to ask you, you were talking about your AR and 3-gun, and so you were saying the Glock 34, you love it, the Nork. So which handgun are you going to use for 3-gun?
Glock.
You're going to use
the Glock. Yes, okay. Absolutely. The reliability is 100%. The trigger's pretty good. Loved it. Okay. The Nork, I'll continue to tinker with over the year. And if I can get it to a point where it's really reliable, it is nice to shoot. It's because the gun's very heavy, and you can really get quick splits with it because that very short trigger, you can basically double tap it at will very quickly. But I'll be running the Glock just as something that's a little bit more reliable and something that's a little bit more known for at least for the next couple of matches here.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's gonna be reliable anyways because you had a little bit of issue with the trigger anyway, so you don't want to take that too much, right?
Well, so we've got a skills and drills, like a practice coming up next weekend. So I could test it out then, and I probably will take it out and test it out.
Okay.
But that's I may not be able to get enough trigger time to really give it a good go. So I'll still run the Glock for now.
Okay. So you're now officially a Glock guy.
For now. Yeah. Spent enough on it. I should try it for a couple matches.
All right.
Let's see. I got my Savage B-Mag out to try some new Hornady ammo, and it ran pretty good.
Okay.
And then I shot my Browning A5 with some score ammo. I had picked up a couple cases of this from Wholesale Sports because it was cheap. Yeah. And it ran fine. It ran flawlessly as well. So I'm good to go with that stuff. That was that range trip. I also reloaded some 44 Magnum and 357 Magnum. Here, let me just adjust my camera here because this stuff is pretty funny. It's so big. It looks like there's such a huge difference in this stuff, but actually, in performance-wise, there's not a ton of difference. The 44 Magnum uses a 240 grain bullet. The 357, I've got a 125 on there, so it's like literally like half. But the performance is not half, so that's interesting. Let's see.
And then there's a cat.
And there's a cat. Yep.
Yes.
So I made some stanky 357 Magnum rounds and some stanky 44 Magnum rounds. My buddy's going to borrow me his Ruger M77, which is a bolt action rifle in 44 Magnum. Kind of an interesting gun. I'm real curious. I want to know what kind of speeds they get out of this 44 Magnum in that rifle.
Are you going to actually? Are you going to videotape it, do a review, or anything?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll do all that stuff. My interest in it would be Ruger M77 bolt action rifle in 44 Magnum. Is this like kids' first deer hunting rifle? Because 44 Magnum, that'll do a short distance on a deer, no problem.
Oh.
Yeah. So
okay.
I'll try that out. See what goes on. They're not a front lug, and they're supposed to have some accuracy issues, but I'll find out. I'm gonna put a big bad 6-24 scope on that thing. We'll find out if the accuracy is good or not. Let's see. I hit up the Edmonton Gun Show. I got a couple 1911 45 ECP magazines.
How was that? Did you?
It was all. I don't know. I'm not a gun show guy. It's a bunch of old farts selling old fart guns, and I don't know. I'm just not into it. Yeah.
Did you find some the 45 mags? Were they priced pretty good?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, then that's good.
Yeah, they were like $35 a pop, and they're nickel, and yeah, I can't complain too much about that. I think that let's see. There was an SVT 40 on sale for $800. What else was there? And that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
A whole bunch of hunting rifle, older hunting rifles and shotguns, and some really cool militaria. So I took my son out there, and he was really into the oh, check out this old helmet. Oh, can I wear this helmet? And the guy's like, yeah, let's put the helmet on you. So from that aspect, he really liked it, and that stuff was fun. Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah. And then just a couple days ago, some guy called me up. So I put my XD in 45 on Town Post, and some guy called me up, and the call was
offered you cash right away.
Yeah. Well, he was like, "Hey, you got that pistol for sale?" I'm like, "Yeah, which one?" "Oh, the XD." "Okay, yeah, I've got that one for sale. Would you take 500?" I'm like, No, I wouldn't." "Oh, okay, how much would you take?" 600. "Okay. Which side of the city are you on? Could I come pick it up today?" I was like, "Have you bought a pistol before?"
Nope.
And he said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, did you pick it up the same day that time?" He's like, "Well, I was like, "I don't think you've bought a pistol before."
I don't think you want to sell him a pistol.
No, well, it just might be some guy who maybe just got his PAL, but I think they cover that in the PAL course, right? Like the fact that you have to do this restricted transfer and all that. Yeah. So
so I don't think he's either, or he's a little sketchy.
Or it could just be a new guy that just doesn't know this stuff and just assumes it's like buying anything else. I mean, but he didn't call back, so. Yeah. Anyways, what have you been up to?
So on Sunday, I went to Belleville to the Belleville Gun Show, and I worked the CCFR booth there. So it was lots of fun. Went and did it with Kelly Kincaid, and also a couple of new field officers for the CCFR as well, Mike and Alan. It was awesome to meet them. They were great. And we also had a junior field officer as well. It was Wes again. So he came out and he helped us. It was really kind of cute, because what happened was every time somebody passed by the booth, he says, "Hey, are you a member of the CCFR?" And if they said no, he said, "Why not?" He'd say, "Why not? I want guns when I get older too." So he guilt tripped a couple of people into buying memberships, which was awesome. And what else? Oh, just like you. Yeah. So there's a lot of people there with guns. Some S&J hardware was there as well. So I got to speak with Simon, and it was nice to see him. What else happened? There's a guy, when I asked you about the magazines, there was a guy there that was selling 1022 Ruger magazines, and I looked at the price of it. I'm going, that's like triple the price that I would pay at SFRC, so I'm not buying it. But it's just, and it's still in the package. I guess he thought he could get more for it because it's new. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So the gun show on Sunday, and I've been doing a bunch of stuff with Project Maple Seed. So For those of you who are interested in events, we actually are ready to open them up. We had just received some stuff back from the ranges, so watch for those soon because the posts will go out on those, including the charity shoot too. So yeah, and other than that, I don't think I really did anything else because I did dog rescue instead of going to SFRC on Sunday or Saturday. Because
Dog rescue.
Yeah, I went and rescued a dog, so I do that in my spare time as well. So
was it like falling down a well or
yeah. No, it was in a shelter. So
okay.
Took it to someplace to get adopted. Yes. Anyways, so that was me. Let's look at upcoming events, why don't we?
Sure.
So yeah,
can I do this Northwest 3-gun one?
Absolutely. Why don't you do the Northwest 3-gun one?
All right. Yeah. So Northwest 3-gun has their schedule up. March 25th, they'll have their preseason intro in Smithers. April 7th, they'll have Smithers as well. May 6th in Houston. That's Houston, BC. They're like way in the north of BC, out in the middle of nowhere.
They are. Yeah, I had a conversation with Brent about this. So yeah, they're pretty far north.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that May 6th in Houston, May 26th in Terrace, June 10th in Smithers, July 7th in Terrace, July 22nd in Houston, August 25th in Smithers, September 22nd in Terrace, October 14th in Houston, and October 28th is their Halloween fun shoot in Smithers.
Well, yay! There's lots going on. So they're doing lots with shooting, but yeah, they're pretty far north in BC.
Yeah.
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 So it looks like Got Your Six registration is open and the website's up. Do you know who you posted this, so do you know who is going to be the charity of choice this year, or do you know? No, I don't know.
I should. I really should.
All right. Well, we didn't post much to it, so maybe we'll actually expand on it next week. So
yeah.
And we did read this last week, but we did want to remind people about it. Rick Woods, who's a friend of Slamfire Radio, who's been on the show before a couple of times. He's from Fire Art Solutions Training, which is also the acronym is FAST. He has an active killer defense course that's planned for April. He's still actually finalizing the date, but go onto his website and it'll be listed there. Location is London, Ontario. It's free for faculty and staff of schools. So you can go and sign up for it for free if you are one of those. For everybody else, the cost is $100, but it's a full day of training. It's excellent. I've taken it. You can go to Active Killer Defense, and defense is spelled with an S.com, and you can register through there as well. So, or you can send him a message, I'm sure, on Facebook or something like that. So yeah, it's a really good course. So go and take it if you're in the London area. So let's not, do you want to talk about the charity shoot really at all?
No, we hit on it most weeks.
Yeah. So this week. When Trevor's back, what we'll do is we'll talk about it a little more in case there's any updates. But as of right now, there's not.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, guns in the news, or actually news, not necessarily about guns, but gun. Anyways, news.
It's gun news.
Stop. So what's happened in the news? You posted this Guns and Gangs Summit.
Yeah, so Tracy's live streaming this from the CCFR's Facebook page. So if you wanted to know more about what they're talking about at the Guns and Gangs Summit, just go follow the CCFR's Facebook page. And, Tracy's been live streaming it and commenting on it and providing kind of like a live updates online. So it's very easy to follow if you want to.
And the thing that she's been saying is the fact that instead of it being us against them or that sort of thing, it's been very cooperative. Everybody has the same goal in mind. How are we going to actually, get illegal guns off the street and out of the hands of people who are gang members? So
yeah, a lot of it was focused on the actual gang aspect. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so,
which is should have been. It seems like it makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah,
but not everyone. You said everyone wanted to get on the same page.
Well, okay.
Wendy was there, and
Yeah. Well, most people has that.
Most people, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. It was pretty cooperative.
Pretty cooperative.
Yeah. what I put in the news was so the Crown is not going to appeal the acquittal of Mr. Stanley out in Saskatchewan. He is still going to be charged with some unsafe storage and that as well. But right now, the Crown has decided not to appeal his acquittal. So
Could you imagine if they did, though? Because if they did, it would be like, well, we found that the jury found this, but we're gonna, try to appeal because we think the jury was wrong, and because our prime minister said that it was the wrong verdict because you guys were all wrong. Like, what kind of precedent would that set?
Well, they decided not to actually appeal because of the fact that when you appeal, you have to actually appeal based on something that was done incorrectly. And they said that basically they couldn't find that, so they're not going to appeal. They wouldn't win in this case right now. So I think that they've decided to just drop that and go after unsafe storage and the other charges. So yeah. Anything else? Want to move on to new gun stuff? You put in the IRG, right?
Yeah. So I Run Guns is going to be bringing in their own AR 180B. They haven't given too much details on it, but they're going to bring it out to the Calgary Gun Show, which is in 3 weeks or so.
So there's nothing really on it? No details?
No, not really any details on it. But interesting because they are bringing one in and Wolverine's bringing one in. And if there's a couple of others that start bringing them in, that's our new platform, right? Our new platform in Canada, our open source platform for a non-restricted semi-auto rifle de facto becomes the AR 180B. That's kind of interesting because that means that we then get accessory makers that that start supporting it, and we start to get a lot more. Imagine like the amount of 18.5 and over barrels that we're going to start seeing. Right, we're going to start seeing match grade. We're going to start seeing lightweight, skinny ones. We're going to see heavy ones. We're going to see different kinds of handguards. So I mean, the handguards that you get for ARs are typically like you're going to use it at the range, and that's it.
Right.
Now, if I get a non-restricted AR 180B, I want something that, if I'm going to go hunting with it, isn't in aluminum, because I don't know if you've tried, but like with 3-gun in as cold a weather as we've shot, holding, even with a glove on, holding that big aluminum block, you really feel it. You really feel it. It transfers a ton of heat out of your hand. So if I get an AR WK180C, or what do they call it, I need something that's not aluminum. I need something either with the ladder covers, or in carbon fiber, or rubber, or plastic, or something, because I want something that's nice to hold in the wintertime.
Well, it is Alberta.
Yeah, it's cold here. When I'm coyote hunting, it's cold. Let's see. I would look at something in camo. So like Remington brought their R15 up to Canada. It's a camo long barrel AR-15. What's the point? Like, what's the point? You're taking this thing to the range. You're taking a camo rifle. The only thing you can do with it is take it to the range. It looks like a hunting rifle. It can't possibly be used as a hunting rifle. But the WK-180 can. So you can use that for varmint hunting. You can use that for, big game where applicable kind of a thing. So you start, I guess I'd want it camouflaged, I guess. For Alberta, I might do like some sort of snow and branches kind of a camo, because I'm typically hunting when there's, when it's frigidly cold outside and there's snow. Yeah, so I might do like a white and black branch stripey kind of a thing on it. I don't know. I was just thinking about this actually the other day, because there was a Reddit thread about people talking about what they want to do with their 180Bs and who's going to be supporting and that kind of thing. So I was giving my 2 cents, but there was actually Spectre Ballistics was mentioning in there. They're working on a couple of things for the platform. One of which would be maybe like a bolt release, which would be kind of cool. Right now,
that'd be cool. Yep.
Yeah, just uses a handle, along with a couple of other things. Maybe like a folding stock, which you can do because it's not an AR. It doesn't need that buffer to go into the back, so you could do a folding stock on it to make it a little bit more compact, which is nice for putting it in a case or something like that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a bunch of interesting things that happen because of that.
Do you know the dates of the Calgary Gun Show?
Based on I Run Guns, 3 weeks from now.
Okay.
That's my very uneducated guess. 3 weeks from now.
Are you making a point of going, right?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
You know what? In 3 weeks, let's see here. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be my. No, wait. That's not how you count. I don't know. It's maybe. I guess Calgary isn't that far. Maybe I can make a trip out. Maybe.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe.
It'd be cool to actually get, some of the new guns that are coming out. Have a look at those.
Yeah, you're right. I should go down there and take some pictures with it and stuff.
Yeah, you should go.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't we go on to S&J? We already spoke about S&J, right?
Not this one. They've got this Taurus PT92 Compact.
Yep.
Have you seen these before?
Well, I'm just looking at it right now.
So imagine like a Beretta 92, but in compact and chrome everything.
Chrome, yes. So they said it's either chrome plated or it's stainless. So
yeah,
or both.
So. Is it stainless? Did I write stainless? I'm pretty sure.
No,
this one's chrome stainless. So some of it chrome, some of it stainless.
Yep.
I see.
And so the pictures that they have on this is actual. This is what they actually have. So. Yep.
They're $4.99, which is not a lot, but it is a Taurus.
Yeah.
Taurus pistols do not have a fantastic name.
No.
But it's $4.99.
Yep.
The next one here, Fast Toys, is bringing in this really interesting laser ammo interactive multi-target training system. It's like a bunch of targets that all work with their with lasers to see where you're hitting them. So you can, they've got like a traditional IPSC target, and you shoot at the IPSC target, and it'll like light up a little light where you hit that target. So couple of interesting things there, and they've got a bunch of different targets that you can purchase and all use as a system kind of thing. So if you wanted to, what's that?
What's the price on these?
I did not see the price.
So there's a video that goes with it.
129, but I don't know how many that comes with. 4 cards per target. How many targets? We should look this up before our show. Prices per target. There we go. Yep. 129 per target.
Okay. Standalone steel plate shooting, tactical training.
Yeah, just some more neat stuff to try if you're going to be doing some dry firing.
Lasers.
Laser dry fire, laser fire.
Somebody needs to buy one and then do a review on it and let us know how you like it. All right, Taurus is bad. Oh, hi Dan.
Is that what someone commented on the YouTube?
Yes.
Taurus is bad. There's a video. So not their 92s. They had some other firearms that they made. One of the other pistols. I saw a video of someone just shaking it, and it would fire every time you shook it violently, which is not something you want in your pistol.
Not really.
I don't think so. I don't know.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
So we are at the point where we're going to have our main topic. Our main topic's not available right now. So why don't we go on to listener feedback?
Cool. Oh, man. So if you're looking for 9mm right now, Tenda has it for $250 per 1,000.
Really? Which brand?
Blazer.
Oh, okay. Well, Blazer. It works.
Yeah, it's for pistol ammo. I haven't had any problems with it.
Yep.
That's brass, too. That's not like that crappy aluminum stuff that they have or anything like that, or steel or remanufactured or anything. It's just new brass.
New brass.
Yep.
All right. So you want to get into listener feedback?
Sure.
All right. All right, let's get into with listener feedback. Why don't you take this one from Bob Adriel?
All right. Hey, guys and gal. Got the swag for being a Patreon today. Woohoo. This is me way too excited. So I got out some air guns and shot some stuff.
All
Upstairs
right.
Neighbors thinks I am stapling stuff. A lot of stuff. Love the envelope. Been some time since I got mail from a kid. Way to get the kids involved, Adriel. And sorry on multiple levels if that's your printing. From Bob. Yes, I'd go over to a friend's house, but since they are never sure what I might do, they won't have me over.
All right.
It was my kid writing the envelopes.
He does. He has
Yeah.
a little. He has a sweatshop with the kids.
Show them. Yeah, getting a little mail house sweatshop going.
Yeah.
I
But it
made
is.
them mark off the names on a spreadsheet. I made them use Google Sheets to keep track of who got it or not. I made them use email to find the addresses. Oh yeah, I use this as a learning opportunity, and I didn't have to do it.
No. And he sends us pictures of the kids doing it. It's awesome.
Putting them to work.
Yeah. But it is nice. He's right. It's nice to get mail, right? And especially nice to get mail from kids. You can tell, yeah, if it was your writing. I've gotten an envelope with your kids writing on it. I had hoped it was your kids too. So
yeah.
Anyways.
For the other Patreonies, you should all have your patch and sticker in the mail. So if you haven't gotten one, please email us. Email us at the show so that we can get one out to you. slimefireradio@gmail.com.
Right. Why don't I take this one from James B? Oh, what is it? Yeah. So it's Ginger Snap. All right. The kids are getting frustrated with your malcontent attitude, Trevor. They're just looking for a shout out. Even the talented mothers is asking questions. What's wrong with that, man? See you Friday at Dawn's and keep your Richard and advice. So everyone, this is James B. James Burke, also known as Ginger Snap. He sent in a video of his daughters, and they're looking for a shout out. So when we get to the shout out stage, Trevor's not here today, so we will give them both a shout out because Trevor sucks. Oh, I said that aloud. All right. Okay, so Edmund, why don't you take the one from Edmund?
You bet. Okay. Hi, guys. I heard from your last episode about the banning of imports of one-handed opening knives. You guys mentioned a link to the petition in the show notes, but I can't see it on your website. Is this one you're talking about, Edmund? And I must have missed putting it into the show notes, so I've added it to our last show, and I'll put it in this one as well.
Excellent. So go on the petition and sign it.
Yeah, because it's very silly. I mean, pretty much any swinging knife can be flicked open. You just start it up and flick it open like that. Is that the dangerous part we're trying to legislate against right now? Jeez, it's very silly.
So it was down actually at Smith Army Surplus, or SAS, here in Kingston, and they had all their knives out underneath the glass cabinet. And I was asking them what they're going to be doing about it, because they're going to have to source knives. So they're going to do it. What they're going to do is they're going to source here in Canada. It means that we're going to have to pay a little bit more for our knives. So.
But they'll be Canadian made, and we'll have local Canadian manufacturers for it, and they'll be cool because they'll be Canadian. I don't mind. It's an unintended consequence, but it's kind of a neat one, right? That we get to because they ban the importation of this thing. Now Canadian manufacturers are going to start cranking them out.
Right. That's exactly it. So.
Yeah.
All right. So here's one from Pat. He says, folks, as I will be taking the Black Badge course this weekend, I have a rookie question. I hope to shoot a qualifier soon after my Black Badge and would like to know, other than the obvious, what to take to the match if I have a problem with my pistol. Do the overspending and excessive selfie-taking federal government economics prevail? And I cannot afford a backup pistol yet. Can I ask what spare parts for my CZ Shadow I should have so I avoid any issues? Thank you for the awesome podcast and all the hard work you folks put into the benefit people like me. Cheers, Pat G.
Oh, man, I've got an answer. You may want to send an email into the Practical Pistol podcast. They have a factory rep shooter for CZ on the show. And he's going to know so much more about these things. And then, of course, they've got Ben Stoger, who's shooting a 10 Foglio, which is at CZ Shadow as well. So I would email into those guys. Now, just given that you just got your Black Badge, and this is probably like a newer pistol, I don't know if I would worry about it like right away. It's probably going to be okay for a little bit. It's just if you're going to get going into a lot of matches, you should have that backup stuff so that you're not SOL if you go out to a match and you don't have that stuff.
Okay. Good advice.
So, yeah, maybe check them out.
Yeah, send them an email, maybe CZ rep. That'd be a good idea.
Just send an email to the Practical Pistol Podcast. They'll put it on their live hangout and on their podcast, and then you'll find out right away.
Right.
And they'll have some good experience back suggestions for what to bring to a match for that kind of thing.
Okay. So, and you might have a new podcast to listen to as well. So, yeah. If you have an email that you'd like to send the show, send it to slamfireradio@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, and we could, turn you on to another podcast. So, anyways, iTunes reviews. We don't have any. And same with Podbean. None of those either. So if you want to send in a review, whatever format you use, send it to us, and we'll be happy to read it as well. Let's move on to shoutouts. We're moving right through this. This is going to be the fastest episode ever. Adriel, do you got any shoutouts?
I don't mind having the episodes to like an hour or so. That's
I know.
That's decent for a weekly podcast. No, none for me.
Okay, so I have a couple. I have one for Mike M. and Alan, our new CCFR field officers. It was great to meet you guys, and also you're doing a great job as well. They were talking up people. They were selling some memberships as well, so that we can actually continue to keep our guns and fight for your rights. But the other thing that I wanted to do is also shout out the girls that the mini snaps, ginger snaps. I don't know. I don't even know their names, so. Just wanted to say hello. Maybe next week we'll get Trevor on to give you a shout out, a proper shout out. How's that? All right, let's go and do some Patreon supporters. Do we have any new Patreonies? No, we don't. So it is going to be the shortest episode ever. If you do want to actually support us, we could use your support. You can do it through patreon.com and /Slamfire Radio. So here's what's happening. What'll happen is we'll send you out some swag. We're also looking at doing some t-shirts soon. Or actually, Adriel, you sent the order in for t-shirts, did you not?
Yeah, they've sent a design which I've approved, and now they're working on a sample. Okay. At the same time, I'm getting some patches done up. And the patches are already in production and should be out shortly.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, so if you'd like to support us, what it actually brings to you is this podcast. It pays for our streaming and gives you extra content to listen to as well. Every once in a while, we'll send out another Patreon episode. We should be sending one out soon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we appreciate everybody else who has already supported us. We're at 79 Patreonies, so thank you very much for doing that. It means that we're going to continue to put out episodes. All right, let's sign off. So why don't you actually go out and join one of those organizations that we were talking about, the ones that attend the Guns and Gangs summits, and they're out there actually advocating us so that we can continue to keep our guns because we're legal firearm owners. So go out and join the CCFR, the CSSA, or anybody else that you would like to join. That's an advocacy group. It's important to support them because the reality is they are supporting us. Go out and take a black badge course or shoot some IPSC, go take a Maple Seed challenge, or actually come out to an event that's going to be opening up soon. You can go and shoot a 3-gun match at your local club or check out the 3-gun website, Adriel's
.ca. 3gun.ca. Yeah, I've got a pile on there now.
Perfect. Okay, so you can actually check out all the matches that are going to be happening soon. And also, head on over to Gun Owners of Canada. We do post the episodes there, but we would like to talk to you on there as well. We have our own thread under the media section. And give us a like on Facebook. Right now we're at 1,860 likes, which is actually pretty darn good. And
they're real ones. No bots in there. At least none that we know about.
No bots. Nope. And I just wanted to say a couple of shout outs to Mike R. He's watching live. Also Justin DeRoy, hello. Paper Racer, hello, how are you? And thanks everybody who joins us live every week as well. We've been putting these out. We just want to hear from you as well. Do you like the live shows? Do you enjoy it? We could go back to not doing live shows, but we like this. I think, interacting and chatting with you, going on YouTube. So
yeah, I like showing some things are kind of hard to describe. Like, could you imagine trying to describe this pistol sight pusher just using your voice, just describing what's going on with that?
It looks like a medieval torture device, though.
It could be used for that. You just stick your finger in there, and so you can just squeeze the heck out of your finger.
You can put other things in there too. All right, but yeah, we do want to actually hear from you if you like the live episodes as well. Stable Boy, there we go. Hi, Filthy, and yeah, Dan Grady as well. Thank you for watching too. Because the fact that without you guys, without your support, we wouldn't be on here. So, yeah. All right. So that's it. Everybody have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.